All right, so
Mindsex in a short definition, which changed all the time because it's not really a real word. Saying mindsex is when two people come together, share an idea or a creative function, and give birth to something new that's creative. My major is painting. What influenced painting for me was probably the freedom that it would give me. I wouldn't consider myself a painter right now, but I definitely do paint, and I love painting, and it's like a home base for me to branch out and do all these other things that I've been doing.
and what is it that you've been doing? How'd you end up at RISD?
My childhood, first of all, my father and my mother were artists, so I grew up being an artist before I even really knew what that term was. I always was drawing, and that carried out through my young life. And I wasn't too good at other things at school like math, reading, all that type of stuff. So like when it came time to choosing schools, I knew I wanted to go to art school. And I knew I wanted to go to best art school, and RISD held that title, but it was also kind of known for like you need to have everything else in balance. So like I was definitely lucky getting into RISD.
Tell me about your freshman year. What was that like?
Freshman year, I was in the quad, which I liked a lot. It was kind of like a project's full of people that have the same interests. It's like once in a lifetime experience. It was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed having a diverse amount of like things I had to do and work on, even though there were many classes that I kind of like got turned off by, but now I look back and I really appreciate what I learned from that, even if I was doing bad.
So it's been a good experience so far.
Yeah, definitely. Basically, I do a lot of kind of like collaboration things. Sophomore year, I got really into plants because I took a Brown class on plants. I planted sunflowers everywhere because I wanted to inspire people to relook at our environment, and so like I might as well plant like a massive flower so people would like stop and look at a plant. And a lot of people did stop, look at plants, and a lot of people were like, oh, who planted that? And then I was like, wow, I have some power in this kind of like, that and kind of empowered me by planting these sunflowers, and then it kind of pushed me to want to do more community-oriented stuff around College Hill and campus and within people. So I started doing more stuff that was in New York, I'm working for this group called Lantern Organization, which was a job that I got from basically my agent who's in high school. It's a good friend of mine who always gets me weird jobs. And so this job is doing murals for affordable housing in New York City. I've done murals in the South Bronx and Washington Heights. The one that you were looking at was in the South Bronx. And that mural was definitely inspired by what I was doing at RISD, and inspired by my childhood, because in my childhood I was really into the plants and environment, and that kind of got reawoken. So with that piece was about New York City before Westerners came. It was like New York City where the Lenape people lived, the natives of that island of Manhattan and the Bronx, and I incorporated plants and environment that lived there before us and still find a way to live within our own concrete jungle. And so that's how I incorporate the sunflowers.
Nice.
Video work I've been doing, I've been doing film since freshman year at RISD. It definitely relates to painting a lot. I think the way I film is definitely a similar way I paint, and vice versa. Last year I did a movie called Children of the Bird, which was a Mindsex production. So I was able to work with a lot of people from RISD, which was fun and created, I think, a successful piece. And then I started getting involved in this group, Voices of Black, where I was able to work with people with music. So I was, something that was kind of left out of my work was auditory, and so like to be able to work with then sound and create visuals for it was a great door opening for me. And since then I've been doing music videos for them.
What would you like to do when you get out of school?
When I get out of school, well, I'm going to continue to do these murals. I'm going to want to, kind of like do at least 10 of those murals in lobbies, make a little something in New York. Continue to work with Voices of Black and kind of continue Mindsex reductions to see where that takes me, because it's really important for me to work with other people in what I do. And so that's kind of like a good opportunity for me to continue that strong.
So you like collaboration?
Yeah, I definitely do. I definitely feel like I learn a lot more, and it keeps me from being inward, and lets me be more outward. Especially as a painter, you know, like in the painting department. If I do a lot of paintings, I'm constantly searching inward for something, and it can be kind of stressful. But if I do something that's collaborative, I'm able to work from other people and, you know, have mindsets and kind of like learn something I would have not been able to if I didn't take that time to be creative with someone else. You know what I mean? That I want to show. Maybe the Crossroads piece, because it just happened and there's a lot of people that were in that. I would like to show things that other people were in. Children of the Bird would be nice because there's a lot of people that are in that too. Something that, you know, if someone was in a portfolio, they might be like, oh, I'm watching Mackenzie, you know, like, along with those other paintings on that wall that's been there for 2 years, like maybe something that has more people. When I came here to visit, in terms of lucky, I came here in terms of generic lucky. I came here to visit this woman who helped me out, and I found a 4-leaf clover and gave it to her. So that's I mean, that's the epitome of luck, I guess.
Yeah.
And I forgot about that once I came here. Only recently I thought about that one location where I found that 4-leaf clover.